and I'm glad that you could find time to join us today. The show is Unfiltered, where we get behind the stories that has made headlines across the week, and much of it that we've talked about. And of course, a lot of Kenyan stories have to do with the politics. We know as we're gearing up towards our August 9th elections, the political temperatures continue to rise and rise. A lot of doublespeak, a lot of backstabbing, a lot of back and forth, and so all that we shall review some of the things that we've been looking at in the course of the week. And of course, a section of Mount Kenya this morning is feeling as if they're getting a very, very raw deal in Kenya Kwanza. So what's really going on in there? And we shall have an in-depth analysis of that. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Miriam Ogutu, and it is a pleasure to have you on board. And before I hand us over to the Political Command Center, where Doc will take us through the headlines from across the continent, let me just take us through the headlines from Kenya before I take us there. And on the Daily Nation this morning, the main headline, Karua Mudavadi top deputy races, and fall of the Mugabe empire. The stories on page 30 and 31. And tomorrow in the Saturday Nation, the race to 50+1 and the battleground zones to watch. That will be a special coverage on tomorrow's paper. Kenyans borrow 1.4 billion daily on Fuliza. Safaricom Kenya posts 5.4% growth to 72.4 billion Kenya shillings, while its Ethiopia arm records a 4.8 billion loss. The story is on page 12 and 35. And SRC removes a seating allowance for MPs, but Speaker of National Assembly says a Salaries Commission is treating members unfairly. That is on the back page of the Daily Nation. The Standard newspaper, inside Uhuru Ruto cabinet meeting. President and his deputy sit down to conduct state business with CSS for the first time in over a year, as queries over collective responsibility and retrospective tabling of agenda items before the cabinet crop up. That is on page 4. Kalonzo could run for president if he misses the post. That is on page 10. What Uhuru Raila are looking for in a running mate. You'll find that on page 8. Queries on power handover. That is on page 14. And of course, Fuliza loans hit 10 billion Kenya shillings weekly. That is on page 5 and 28. And will new coach save Shujaa? That is the national team, sevens aside team rugby. And the Star newspaper, Ruto to meet unhappy Central region leaders. Kabogo says Central wants written pact with DP over the share of government. That is on page 6. And the main pictorial, DP attends Uhuru's cabinet meeting despite fallout. And Sonko upset Nasir in Mombasa as Omatangi leads in Kiambu poll. That is on page 4 and 5. And you can make wine or yogurt from tea, says Calro researcher. That is on page 10. So that is what we have on the front pages of the leading newspapers from Kenya. Doc, a very good morning to you, and I'll just hand this over to you now.
Thank you very much, Miriam. Good morning across the continent of Africa. I am right now in the African headquarters somewhere with my flag. Here we are, the fall of the Mugabe empire. Is it the fall or the solidarity of Mugabe empire? I can't say it is the fall. That's why I am very happy today, this morning, to tell you that the empire never fell. The empire grew up. The generals came, supported it. They have continued with it. It hasn't fallen. Mugabe has left a lot of offspring, including myself. I'm a Mugabe offspring across the continent of Africa. Speak my mind. I tell the truth. He left a legacy. There was no fall of the Mugabe empire. This is just an imperialistic propaganda purportedly done by some journalists who wanted a holiday in Harare and went to sleep in one of those hotels and wrote a story. There was nothing like a fall of the Mugabe empire. Thank you very much. Zimbabwe, the Daily News says some folks are making a killing. Cross says as prices and the Zim dollar crisis continues. There's a Zim crisis, dollar crisis in Zimbabwe. The money is not available, but people are making a kill. Zimbabwe alert to new COVID variant, COVID-19. I hope Kenya is alert and people know that this COVID does exist at the moment. Wear your mask when you go out. Make sure that when you're in the public, you must be having your mask on. The Herald of Zimbabwe, Rotary Club, key economic growth partner. More countries pledge to increase trade with Zimbabwe. Another billionaire investor flies in Zimbabwe. So many billionaires are flying into Zimbabwe. I hope Zimbabwe will tap on this and make sure that the economy grows. The citizen of Tanzania, United States could play a key role in Bagamoyo port construction. You remember Bagamoyo? Any of you who knows what Bagamoyo is known for? Wake up. There we are. That question, Bagamoyo, the port on Tanzania, Tanganyika. What was it known for? Gladwell Kragu, are you there?
Tough question. I think I forgot. I pass it over to Miriam.
Yes, Miriam, they passed over the question. It's Friday. And you know why I'm saying so Gladwell like it? Yes, go ahead.
I just know it as a port.
Don't look at me, Miriam.
Yes.
Don't look down there. I will answer for you.
I just know
it is a port for slaves.
Yeah.
Yes. Moyo, the slave trade, the East African trade from Bagamoyo, Ujiji. The slaves were shipped out to Oman, to Eden, to Qatar, to Yemen. Hallelujah. The port of Ujiji, Bagamoyo, all the way to Dar es Salaam, Zanzibar. You can see those are two places where I've visited. Bagamoyo, I've visited Ujiji. Another port is called Ujiji. I'm a moving dictionary as far as African politics and civics. Can we call it civics? Is concerned.
History. That is history.
Yes, history, civics, civic education. Is it? Yes, they used to call it that way. We called it general knowledge. Ours was general knowledge paper, which I did in 1974. It was called General Knowledge Paper on the East African Certificate of Education. Now, later on, they changed it into some subject. They changed. I don't.
We apologize. We are having a bit of a technical hitch, Doc, from your side. I don't know if it's us. We lost a few of your seconds there. It's a bit of a technical hitch. Yeah. Okay. Okay, we apologize. And all right, there you go. So as a doctor was explaining there, the port of Bagamoyo, that loosely translated from Kiswahili means a place where you lay down your heart. So this was a port, sort of a safe haven for slaves who were escaping, for the freed slaves actually, there in East Africa. So that's a good history lesson there for us this morning. We apologize, we're having a bit of a technical hitch, I think, from our side, but once we're able to have Doc back, you can go ahead.
Yeah.
Miriam, the network is on your side.
Yes.
You see, mine is very strong.
Yes.
It's 140 B something.
Okay, sawa. Tumerudi sasa Bagamoyo.
Thank you very much, Miriam. That is general knowledge paper. It was called GP, general knowledge. Then there was another paper called RE, religious education. What? Miriam, I haven't this a distinction 2. Hey, I had known, that's why the father wanted to take me to this Bishop Taka College Mkono, because there was a distinction D on my certificate or my slip, distinction number 2. But the thing I failed flat was mathematics. Ndianguka ubaya with a 9 kabisa 9. I was surprised to have passed chemistry and physics. Was I going to become a scientist? I was very poor at this subject. It turned out to be I was a credit 6 and credit and a pass, no, credit 6 and a pass 7. No, credit 6 and a credit 7. Then 8 and 8 is a pass, 9 is a failure. That's how they used to do. Then 1 is a distinction, 2 is a distinction 2, 3 is a credit 1, credit 3, credit 4, credit 5, baka 9. That's how they used to mark us. My certificate is littered with a very big 9, a 9 flat. So when you bring mathematics, I run out of the window. I don't want to tell you a lie here, like a Ruto. I tell the truth. Nini nakimbia kwa kuhesabu pesa. And that is what God did to me. I failed mathematics up to today. So it is very important that we used to learn those things, Ujiji, Bagamoyo, the slave trade of East Africa, the tasks, the slaves carried on Lake Tanganyika from Ujiji, Tabora, Nasukuma, Dodoma, paka Tanzania, kwetu Morogoro, nyumbani Musasani. Habari yako. Asante sana, good morning. The newspaper in Tanzania says the United States of America could play a key role in Bagamoyo port construction. That is the state of Tanzania. Chadema's expulsion of MPs under microscope. Chadema has come back to
apologize again that heat we are having this morning from our connection.
You can see that. Mm-hmm. Yes. And then the Guardian of 100 ex-Ukrainian students facing tough choices. Where do they go from here? And the same investor has arrived, African states. I don't know what this one says. African states inviting investors. These investors who are coming to Africa. Miriam, in Uganda, we have 200 Turkish. I would like to tell the world that Mr. Harun Ayadin applied for a visa to return to Uganda with the Turkish delegation. The visa was denied. That's, Miriam, you need to know that. The Kenyans need to know that. That is how vulnerable Ruto is. I don't think Ruto could be allowed. His partner was not allowed to come to Uganda. Yes, because they suspect him to have terrorist links. The Guardian of the United States says United States teams flies in amid fears of Northern Ireland deal. Hey, something coming back in Northern Ireland, I fear. The Irish Republican Army, Miriam, we need another story of coffee with you. I tell you what happened to me. My first employer was Irish who disappeared. I have never seen him up to today. Left me a full office. Welcomed me to London. So another story is big one. The Punch, 2023 presidency, Jonathan submits APC forms today. Emefiele shuns resignation calls. Jonathan is coming back. He never completed the 2 terms. Yes, so he's entitled to come back. Come back, maybe he can stabilize Nigeria. Surely Nigeria is in big shit. Emefiele meets Buhari as SGF clarifies quit order. You see, this is the type of democracy we want. If you are to go, you go. The senators and the parliament have told the party has told you must leave, and he is under pressure to quit. So I'm having fun. Appointments through so and so, and these Nigerian papers. Those are the papers. Today I've not got the Ugandan papers. I'm sorry, I can't give you anything more than that. But in Uganda, I don't know whether you have got them, Miriam, now?
Not really. I don't
the thing trending in Uganda is the coffee agreement, the coffee sales agreement that a certain Italian mafia signed with the government of Uganda and are claiming to be an investor without a penny in the bank. And assigned a lady, a very powerful lady.
From Italy?
Yes.
Then this investors from Italy, I think we should, because in Kenya we are paying a very...
We are in Kenya. I don't know why President Museveni does not send his people to learn some things internationally.
We should learn to do due diligence.
Yes, you should assess. You should assess. This woman has already taken money for a hospital, claiming to have a house, an office in Dubai. When Ugandan MPs flew to Dubai, the office is in a kiosk.
Are there kiosks in Dubai, Doc, really?
Yes, you didn't know. There are kiosks in Dubai. The equivalent of a house, a good house in Nairobi is the kiosk in Dubai. Because in Dubai, the best are the houses. The hotel is like you are in, you can't have, you think this is the second heaven or the first heaven before arriving to the real heaven. But that when I say equivalent of Dubai, kiosk, a kiosk, the offices were not there. There was no office at all. Then she came now signs to sell, and on top of that, the Uganda government to give it money, to give her money first. You know, why does Africa behave this way? It reminds me in 1994, Uganda went to buy helicopters. Miriam, Uganda went to buy helicopters. And Uganda, luckily enough, where they went to buy helicopters is where I also went to buy uniforms. And don't ask me where the uniforms were going for. And so the man who was selling the helicopters, the go-between, said hide in the other room, and you'll see the people coming here. And the wife of somebody, I won't name the names here, the wife of somebody was leading the delegation to buy helicopters. Miriam, what I heard from the door, the other room, when I was listening to the arrangement, shocked my heart up to today. The Uganda delegation said, we don't want new helicopters. We want old to refurbish. So when you have old helicopters, you can do money for refurbishing. They buy less, then you do Juakari. So these helicopters were supposed to fight rebels in northern Uganda. A delegation of about 6, they did the paperwork, they signed the document, they said they are taking it to Bank of Uganda for payment. So they left, this man opened the other office for me to come in. And you know, even Bazungu can, at that time, the Uganda government did not leave him with immediate cash. Miriam, this is a true story. I had cash. I said, how much do you want for these documents? He said he wants 10,000 pounds cash. I said 10,000 pounds cash. These documents could be very useful. Okay, give me about an hour because I came with some little money. I will pay you 4, then bring 6 later. I need these documents. So the man gave me both the real price and the inflated price. Nilibeba file, nilikimbia, nilingojea. So William Pike, this editor of the Star newspaper, I called William Pike. I said, I have a breaking news. He said, what are the news? I said, I've got what you are investigating. After about 3 months, the president came to know about the money of helicopter. I am telling you, Miriam, President Museveni ordered for a commission of inquiry. His own brother, Salim Saleh, was sacked. Are you hearing me? I am telling you, I did not want to name this. So, do you know the thing that I bought jokingly? I became the centerpiece of very serious, is gold. Ugandans call it gold. I had gold, like these files were gold. And there was a commission of Mrs. Septinde, Judge Septinde, the judge of the ICC, my great friend Septinde. She likes me like she couldn't believe it. Some people said, don't let him not testify. I said I will testify via video link from London, and I need that time. If you want the evidence, the president wants it, prepare me the hotel, not the embassy. They say go to the embassy. I said, I am not supposed to go to the Uganda embassy. I don't want to become Khashoggi. Yeah? So they created a very nice hotel. That is Hilton Preparedness. I went. Video link from London. Do you know what we found out? The office of the man selling the arms was a house. You know what I did in London? I went to the door and I said, this is the address. I knocked. A Mzungu old lady came out and said, well, hey, don't beat me up. I said, no. I was only asking, is Mr. Smith here? Does Mr. Smith live here? He said, which Smith? But this address. I got that one, got out. So they gave me the platform. Videos had just come by then. Video links had just come. Voila. Nilidarua at Uganda Broadcasting Corporation was filming me. Nilidarua. At this day, that man cannot find me and leave me alone. So please give me a chance. Let me eat something here. Hey, nilionesha 2 files. One, a file of the real price of the helicopters and the exaggerated price. The president looked at his brother and said, you have been sacked. Leave the army, leave the ministry. I don't want to see you again. The evidence was very clear. So I am telling you, these type of things where people cheat money in Kenya and then after that, because the man wanted me like hell. He said, "You've spoiled my career." I said, "But you are eating the money of Ugandans." Said, "Now, mzee, kama unakuja hapa London, nitakufunga. Hapa London tutakufunga. Tutafungana." Mungu alisaidia, walimweka vikwazo. London haingii. Wanasaidia tena huko Ulaya ingine, wanaweka vikwazo, haingii. Nakwambia story live here. So I've fought for my country. I saved the money. The worst thing, Miriam, the helicopters, when they went to use the helicopters, the gunship, the guns fell out of the the gunship, the guns that killed fell out of the helicopter because they took it to Katwe and molded. Have you seen? That is what annoyed President Museveni. Up to today, when you tell him about that helicopter, I think they don't tell him that he has forgotten that it is Matanga who helped him to save that money. He should have given me my money, which I did for the peace talks. Mr. President, I have been so civilized, Baba. You give me back my money. You give me my money. I always cry here. I don't have a problem. Don't talk down there. I hear what you talk. But please, give me my money. $332,000. Please give it to me. Do you want to give me this money in the grave or in heaven or hell? Please, Your Excellency, give me my money. I worked for the money. You said, you want me to produce videotapes and play them to the world, the things that when we are in Kampala we talked. Give me my money. Mzee, naomba kabisa kila siku. Wewe kuja hapa Kenya upatitaki kupatia mi pesa hizo. Kila mtu naomba mwezi mwaka. Give me my money. I'm a poor man. I'm a very poor person. I helped to bring peace in that country. Give me my money. Today God has just told me to cry again on this TV. Give me my money. I worked for it. If Konya had killed me, my children will be with nothing. Give me my money. I never got the money, Mr. President. Your people ate the money. I never got money. Give me the money. I've told Rukunda everything. Why doesn't Rukunda tell you the truth? Give me my money. It reminds me now. I don't have any other problem. Give me my money. I don't have a problem at all. That is the only thing I have with you. Give me my money. I am not interested in your politics of Uganda again. At least this money will help my children, my wife, and other people. I would have died. The peace is holding, sir. You will never hear one of those younger men turning against you. I did my job and I finished. I did my job and I finished. But Mr. President, I was not paid my money which you directed I should be paid. You should have left me for the the European Union to pay me. They were going to pay me. You said, don't let them not pay. Let me be paid. Give me the money. I've cried. There's no other place I can cry. Please. It reminds me, because there are so many good things I've done for you. The helicopter thing, I helped you. You found out that people ate money of the helicopter and you told them to return, they returned the money. If it was not me who gave the evidence, where would you have got evidence to nail them? 17, the report is very clear. It is me who went to investigate. Why do you punish a man who has done very good with clean hands of God, Jesus Christ, born in a place, in a family of Christians? Only none of my people were not Christians. We are all Anglican. You're Anglican, I'm Anglican. Give me my money. Sorry, Miriam. Sorry. Give me I don't have any problem. $332,000 of allowances, which I did child is still alive. He's there. He's up there. Pick a phone call and tell him whether I was paid. You never. You are directed for me to be paid. Nobody paid me the money. They ate the money. You look, the people who had the money are with you, not with me. So why don't they ask for the money? Why don't they just deliver? It's very little money, little change for Uganda, surely. Imagine how much you have wasted on the war. If this man talking had not gone to that bush to look for a killer who has killed over 1 million people. Was I a soldier? Was I part of the soldiers killing them? No. I was mandated by the UN and the AU and the European Union. And my state where I live, they gave me a letter, and you gave me a letter also. Do you want me to display these things? Give me my money. Thank you very much, Miriam. Let's go. Today is a Friday. I think I chose to say the truth. Give me my money. 332 hapana kuambia watu, oh, that man in Nairobi. I'm not, which man? Kuja hapo naambia wakubwa, that man. What man? That man has done nothing wrong. Give me my money. Niko na nini? Nilifanya nini? What did I do? You can kill me if you want now. I've said it. We met in the AU summit. You told me the money will be paid. It has never been paid. I've been so patient. Why should I be begging people here 10 shillings? Why? I was not given a mandate to look for rebels in Central African Republic or Khartoum or where. I was given the mandate to bring peace in northern Uganda. I did bring that peace. If I did not bring the peace, let God cut my hands off. But I just need my money. Otherwise, these tapes, I'm going to play them soon. I've had enough. If I was from some section of the country, I would have been paid. But unfortunately, I'm not Chagulanyi. I'm not a kid like a Chagulanyi. And I don't subscribe to Chagulanyi's stupidity. Bob Wine, no. I'm mature. Chagulanyi is my kid. The one is not even my firstborn. It's not. It's not. So I can't accept. I am not IEBC. No. I've never worked for you. From 1982, I've been battling you. So me, I gave up. I did my job. They were there. They were the people washing your plates. And Nakupigia, one was playing music in your favor. The other one was polishing your shoes. Not me. I've been a fighter from UNLF together with you. Why have you punished me to this level? I go out of the world with my children having nothing. Give me my money. I also went there to work because of my tools of analysis. Good morning, Miriam. You can take over the show. Give me some minutes. Take over the show. I just cry tears. These are the things that create conflict in Africa. I have never gone back to my word. But you can imagine somebody hammering you $332,000 and they eat it, which was your allowance. The European Union wanted to pay. They said, no, Uganda government will pay You should sort out the other bills, but we shall sort out the bills of ABCD on tape. So where do I go? I can't go to ICJ. I can't go to ICC. Where do I go? I go to God. And God today has told me to say, I'm still alive. Just take over the show, Miriam, and I will come. Let me just rest a bit.
Very well. Gladwell, if you're still there, good morning.
A very good morning to Miriam. Very good morning to our viewers.
Very well. So we had a bit of a couple of topics that I wanted us to look at, and some of them are featured on today's papers. Remember, we are looking at Unfiltered, the week that was. Some of the stories that made headlines and are still making headline over the week. And let's start with this. Headline on the Star newspaper, Ruto to meet unhappy Central Region leaders. But before we start with this Ruto story, and of course that deal that he had with ANC and Mount Kenya and Ford Kenya, and now Mount Kenya feels as if it's been given a raw deal. We'll come to that in a bit. But yesterday, a president and his deputy sit down to conduct state business with CSS for the first time in over a year as queries over collective responsibility and retrospective tumbling of agenda items before the cabinet crop up. That is what you have on the headlines on the Standard newspaper. But let's just go to page 4, where we will have the full story. President Uhuru Kenyatta and his deputy William Ruto yesterday came face-to-face in a full cabinet meeting held for the first time in over a year to transact government business. Dr. Ruto, who has been on record complaining that his duties had been delegated to Interior Cabinet Secretary Fred Matiang'i yesterday, sat to the right of his boss as the team deliberated on a number of issues. The president arrived for the cabinet meeting a few minutes past 10 a.m. The meeting then began with a prayer before they embarked on the clearance of bills, including some that had been passed into law without cabinet approval. The meeting is said to have approved over 100 bills, policies, regulations, and other statutory instruments. So this is something that has not happened in a very long time, and the deputy president, of course, we've not had cabinet meetings for over a year, and yesterday was one, and of course an invitation was given to the deputy president, and he obliged, and he attended that cabinet meeting yesterday. When you heard that news, what was the first thing that came to your mind, Gladwell?
To be honest, Miriam, I never expected Ruto would attend the cabinet meeting. You know, he has always been bitter with somebody like Matiang'i. He said that the president gave him his duties, his responsibilities to take over. So we were 50-50. We were expecting him not to go or either to go, but mostly we never thought he would attend the meeting. You know, with Ruto, he's a little bit egocentric, but shock on us, he attended the meeting, and the funny thing is that he was quiet all through the meeting as the news the press who insights gave us the news out here. He was all quiet, just listened. So I think him attending the meeting, at least he kept his ego aside, and I hope that they came up with better conclusion for the development of Kenya.
Okay, so according to this story here, it's very interesting. Let me just read just a bit of it, maybe to just get a glimpse of what was going on during that cabinet meeting. When it was time to talk, Dr. Ruto, who is said to have maintained studious silence, told the meeting that the economic situation was not good and that figures as indicated seemed too good to be true. And he's quoted as saying, "If you live in Kenya, you must be a stranger not to know that the economy is doing poorly and the cost of living has gone up and that people were suffering," he said. And during the meeting, according to the source, the cabinet endorsed several laws, including the Huduma Number Bill, the Political Parties Bill, the Elections Bill, and several others. A cabinet dispatch shared by PSU later yesterday did not, however, include these legislations. So he said that the economy, he told the president and, of course, the cabinet secretaries that the country was doing very poorly as far as the economy is concerned. And I don't know if he was able to propose some measures to mitigate that, but that is what he said to have said. Was he being consistent? Yeah.
Miriam, I have come back. Sorry about that, but I'm back. Ruto, Gladwell says he never expected Ruto to go for the meeting. No, Ruto would go for the meeting if you know his anthropological traits. Anthropological traits of Ruto is that he wants to show that he knows, he's a macho man. He wants to show Uhuru Kenyatta that you are nothing, I've poisoned your people, I've finished them, I've walked over their heads, I can come here and show you. And the anthropological traits of most of these guys, especially those who come up to uproot people from their homes. Today I'm talking frankly, because I feel so sad that there are people who uproot others from their homes and come to pretend that they want the presidency. And they have uprooted people, brutalized people, beaten people from their homes. And they come up and say, we want to become presidents of the same brutalized people. When you talk about the economy of Kenya was eaten by Ruto. It is Ruto who ate the economy. Miriam, this tuambiane ukweli. Gladwell, don't you know that? It was him who has eaten the economy. It was him who took all the money from the fertilizers, from the maize from Uganda. He had a girlfriend called Chomukama in Uganda, who was the PS, who imported maize here. Chomukama was the principal private secretary of Museveni. You know, we have not talked too much about this Ruto, and we have given him a lot of leeway to harass Uhuru Kenyatta. Wacha leo tutoboe, kutoka leo tutatoboa one by one. If you pick the tape, give it to another one. What wajue? He had a girlfriend called Komukama, a principal private secretary of the President of the Republic of Uganda, who was the main dealer who imported maize that arrived in wagons from Uganda's cereal board. I have the documents because I have the lorries. They approached my drivers in Kampala to drive whether they were going empty to Mombasa. We picked the documents. The maize that was grounded in all the cereal, National Cereals Board, filled all the cereal board when the farmers in the Rift Valley had not sold the maize, was Ruto's. How much billion did he take? Was that not our economy? Tuendelee kutumiza sio Miriam. Then when he says you live in economy which is bad, who made it bad? It's not Uhuru Kenyatta. It is Uhuru Kenyatta is not COVID. The Uhuru Kenyatta invented COVID. When they brought COVID, he went for the Russian medicine. He left us, we poor people, to go for what is it called? Oxford Genica. We are poor. We are poor. We are poor. In our hands, in our body, we work with Zenica. Why didn't he take Zenica like Masanga and Miriam and others? He went for the highest, brought his own medicine. Did he give to Kenyans for free? While Uhuru Kenyatta was defending people from dying of COVID. Wachana na hiyo mshenzi. Chana. These guys are creating an empire here you don't know. But the time has come for us to speak the truth. This man is Nikolai Machiavelli. This guy is Nikolai Machiavelli. I've warned you Kenyans. I have warned you people in Mount Kenya. You don't listen to me. Now listen to yourselves. Running around like a cold chicken where water has been poured on you. That the man is going to compensate you. Compensate you what? Compensate you the what? Compensate you the church. Compensate the church. Why can't he build the shrine? I told you Mount Kenya. Now listen. Nikolai Machiavelli, the emperor of Sicily, which was called Florence, who was sent to go and ask the Pope to give him the army because barbarians were coming to invade Italy, Sicily, Florence. Machiavelli turned around and started working with the barbarians. How many of you in Africa don't know who the barbarians are? Can you put who the barbarians are, Miriam? They are invading you, Kenya. You don't see. They are expanding the territory. You don't see. Are you not seeing? You will see tomorrow. You will thank me later when I'm gone. You will thank me later. The only man who can stop the barbarians arriving is Raila Amolo Odinga. The moment you give the vote to Ruto, you have brought the barbarians who want to take over the territory of Sicily. Go and read the book, The Priest, by Nikolai Machiavelli. When he created an army that turned on in his own boat. But finally, the barbarians came and took all of them, including Machiavelli. That is why they say Machiavellian theory. Ruto played Machiavellian strategy on President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. And Mr. President, now you can see. You can see, I'm your friend. I told you, you can see. Exactly, 2015. When I saw this guy, after the collapse of ICC cases, I said, Allah chunga uimutu. The man started collecting money through helicopters by Kindiki and Murkomen. Nyenye Kenyans, you fear telling these names. Let them go and take me to the court if they didn't collect money. Let them try, and I bring the documents, the time when the helicopters and how many managing directors of these companies lost their jobs through anti-corruption unit because of collection of money. Let them do it. Hey, Murukomen, Kindiki, we are collecting money on behalf of who? The man who says the economy of Africa, of Kenya is very bad.
And Doc, sorry to interfere there.
This guy is a very bad guy for Kenya. And in fact, I want to go away.
Before you go away, there are 3 cabinet secretaries in the meeting yesterday: Fred Matiang'i, Joe Musheru, and Keriako Tobiko, who raised issues of collective responsibility. This was amid concerns that some leaders within the team were criticizing government, even as others were working hard to revive the economy. There are some members of the cabinet here who are portraying the government in bad light, and they serve in the same government. That is what Mr. Keriako Tobiko said. So while the DP Ruto is saying anybody who lives in Kenya knows the economy is bad, but this other team said, you know, we know that, and some of us are working very hard to try to respond to that and correct that, but you're out there portraying the government in a bad light. So did the DP even had a right to sit there and say, you know, the economy of this country is doing bad? Something we already, you know, know.
Look, let me tell you, Miriam. There were so many serious words exchanged there. And I think that the 3 PS, some of the women PSs were even panicking because there were very serious words exchanged there. Ruto was saying it is the economy, it is these people who spoiled the economy. The economy was spoiled by people who took corruption at their fingertips. And Ruto is the corrupt. If you want to Google corruption in Kenya and say who is corrupt in Kenya, Google now. Whose name will come up? Masanga? Ruto is everywhere. Hallmarks. He was poor like a church mouse. His friend paid for him legal fees. The friend that he hates so much, called Uhuru Kenyatta, paid his legal fees in the ICC. Anyone in Kenya who says he knows more ICC than Matanga, raise your hand. Kwenda. He paid legal fees for this guy. He didn't have even money to pay legal fees. The Kenyatta is insulting today. Paid legal fees for his wrong because ICC said they were hard working, they have companies, they have businesses, they have to pay their legal fees. Ruto had no money and they paid him for him legal fees. Let Ruto show me the receipt. Wacha tuambiane sasa. Miriam, please, bring the topic now. Let Ruto show the receipt that he paid legal fees for ICC. Show me. But I can show you the receipt that Uhuru Kenyatta paid for legal fees. Wachana na hiyo maneno. We have tumekaa kwa boundary kwa border for a long time. Hii maneno yote kuambia wa Kenya, if Kenya goes down, East Africa will go down. Don't tell me that I'm not a Kenyan, I should not speak. Where are the refugees running to? Are they not running to my country? In my parish, I have 23 Kenyans doing M-Pesa. They have not come back. Have you brought them in your stomach? Wewe mtu mwenye natukana mimi every day. Wewe. They are there. There are some of them have taken over my land. I've given it out for free. Yes, they are there. Piga simu sahi. I can give you Miriam. Send some money. Send 10 shillings to the number in Mbale. In my village. There's Karanja, there's Njoroge. They are there. When they left, they said bye-bye. They are refugees. And they got married there. We cannot take them away anymore. From 2007, they have been there. They will not come back. Those refugees, we don't want that scenario again. That's why Uhuru Kenyatta is saying the legacy. Please, leave some United Nation, a United Kenya, a Kenya united together. But this man is telling us now, see Kabogo. I think, Miriam, you are coming to Kabogo later. Yes. But let's finish this guy here. This guy who pretends to be, you know, when he talks, then you see people opening feet, their teeth. Yeah. Opening teeth for who? Why do you open teeth for a thief? A thief is a thief. There's no other name. Even in the Bible, Zakayo was Zakayo. After bringing some money, Yesu aliambia Zakayo, rudi utoe yote ndio uingie kingdom yangu. Ruto bado toa. Yeye na bibi yake wanasema wanajeuza maji na kuwa maji. Ajeuze sasa economy ikuwe mzuri. Si ndio? That prayerful mind. You are a managing director of companies in Kampala. You, your wife, the wife herself, is the managing director of companies in Kampala that have siphoned money from Kenya. And you say you are praying. You are praying for what? That you are praying. Mungu, what? Leo kuanzia leo imefunguliwa mimi. Imefunguliwa. Itawaambia mpaka niende nyumbani. From today, Ruto ana eye for an eye kabisa. Tuendelee. That I am the wife. I am innocent. I'm prayerful. You are managing director of companies in our country. You think I talk one hour? I've corrected everything. Niko nayo. Wewe anasema natupa. Wewe anasema natupa. Wewe natupa kwa public. Wewe endelea you go on insulting Uhuru. Go on insulting Uhuru. Who are the managing directors of Starbucks? Who are the signatories who signed the checks? Nyenye mcheze, nyenye wachana hii maneno. You are confusing people. Watu watapigana hapa bure. Miriam, let's go.
Okay.
You remember that that was as far as the economy
is concerned.
Economy.
Yes, and there's one more issue also that came up during that meeting, and then now we can go and see what is the problem with Mount Kenya and have they gotten a road deal there in Kenya Kwanza. Now, Dr. Ruto is said to have questioned the legality and the implications of approving such bills over a year after they passed. Remember, during the meeting, according to a source, the cabinet endorsed several laws, including the Huduma Number Bill, the Political Parties Bill, the Election Bill, and several others. So Ruto questioned, and this is what he's quoted to have said: "I want to be on record that I do not agree with the passing of those bills by the cabinet months after they were taken into law and already implemented by the government. I don't agree with doing them retrogressively," the DP is said to have noted after he was asked for the closing remarks. The president, however, is said to have responded by stating that he had the executive power to have them passed in parliament and seek approvals later in the cabinet. So the president also responded there. So he's saying a lot of these bills that were passed, he does not agree with, and these are things he's been saying, so it's not really new, but the president had to respond there, say, you know what, I do have the powers to do that.
Let me tell you, huyu mtu anachezea President Uhuru Kenyatta. Uhuru Kenyatta ako na rafiki na sisi. I am Uhuru Kenyatta rafiki. He did not buy me to be a friend. He doesn't pay me to talk. No, I do it voluntarily. And I defend Uhuru Kenyatta. The legacy trend defends Uhuru Kenyatta single-handedly on Facebook. Bring it on. Na wamaliza kwa Facebook. They have run away. They insult me instead of arguing with me intellectually. Hey, Kiragu, don't you see that? Kiragu, graduate. Don't you see that on Facebook, madam?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Yes. You cannot insult Uhuru Kenyatta and you go just unmarked. Kenyatta has the powers to pass the bills if they have been passed by the parliament. And they are recommended. What powers? He has been a ghost worker who the ghost returned to the office yesterday. He has no shame. He should have resigned a long time ago. Miriam, Raila alisema 100 days. There is a new wing of prison being constructed at Kamiti. Atawachukua huko, wakule waangaliane huko. You are telling, look, the tension there was terrible. And the guy just went there to shock Uhuru Kenyatta with his yellow tie and a yellow suit. But he could not pay ICC legal fees. Kenyatta grew up in a very good family, William. If it was Matanga, hapo nakwambia kwa meza yenyewe, wewe, aterere, leta pesa jangu. Sorry, and don't blame me. We need some people like me in the community, isn't it? Once in a while, Miriam, I say my mind. Don't you think you sympathize with me? You are an expert on Uganda. I lost money. I've cried to you several times. You don't help me. What do? Don't I come out to cry? Tena tufike huko mbele ya Mungu pato tuna cry on the same thing. Hapana, wacha tumalizane hapa. Kama tutakuja zikuje. Kama hakuna tumalizane. Hakuna shida. Hakuna mtu anamaliza mwezi yake. I've said bye bye. Miaka mingi. Sawa. Lakini Mungu huyu ako. Mungu huyu ako. Mungu ako. Utaona. Did Harun Ayadini come in the delegation of Turkish tax. Let him cross-check and tell us if Harun Ayadin is in Kampala for the Turkish conference. 200 tax businessmen, top businessmen, industrialists were in Kampala. The new farmer, mulimaji ya matunda ya kisiasa, ako wapi? He was denied visa to enter Uganda. Mr. Ruto, tell us where the lawyers who ran here and went to the court that Harun is a businessman. Why has Uganda government denied him a visa? Moto iwake kwa Ruto leo. Because President Museveni knew he was coming to take the 15 billion, which has been confiscated. The Uganda government refused. Where's the 15 billion? Miriam, one telephone call and the man was given 15 billion. Are you mad? This is a miracle. Miracle. And Miriam, let me ask you, this thing of, sorry about this. This thing of, when this man picks this huge money, where are the people in the bank? We might be even hammering this thief without hammering bigger thieves. Where are these guys? Where do they go when such huge amount of money? And you go to a bank, you want to send 1 million shillings and 1.2 million to your daughter to pay school fees for your daughter. You are told to bring even the recommendation from the university in the United Kingdom. Rubbish. And when Ruto enters, he is paid 15 billion cash. Where's the paper trail? Where's the paper trail, Miriam? You are a journalist. We have to be inquisitive.
No, but Equity Bank distanced themselves from that story. They said that was not the case.
What was the case then? Where's the money? We have now captured 55.6 billion. Where is the rest 20 billion? Where did it go? I'm keeping quiet. Maybe Kiragu has an answer. Was the same money not discovered in Equity Bank? Look at the Equity Bank. Look at it. Tuangaliane, ndio hii. Can't you see? 37.5 million, 0.5 million, 2.5 billion, 9. Al-Shaba. Washaba. Am I preaching again? Miriam, where? Which bank? You see the banks? Then it says it doesn't have anything. It distance yourself. When some has been found in your bank. Tuambiane ukweli jamani. And the television station is here open. Professor this one. Oh, let's bring in professor. Is the head of what? Professor wapi? They don't talk anything. I saw Muluka and Manyara. The only professor who talks the truth here in Kenya is Professor Manyora. There is another lumpen called Ojwang, Dr. Ojwang from Homa Bay, useless. Ojwang, I've insulted you. What will you do? You have a big volume. You can't do anything to me. After all, there are things that I can say here, and Mr. Muteshi will be on your doorsteps. Ojwang, that Dr. Ojwang, the Dean of Nazareth University, saying nonsense because Ruto has paid him some little money. Why don't you say the truth and save? You academically, you went to study for saving Kenya. Save it. The only man who speaks the truth, and when he tells them the truth on television, is Manyora. And then they hate him because he defends Raila Amolo Odinga. Anybody hate? Have you not seen that anybody defending Raila Amolo Odinga now on TV? They are not brought. They are not brought. You know, for example, now, Miriam, for me to be taken to KTN, and you bring these stupid boys here on KTN, I will say the truth, man. I will say, I like you, Raila. They don't want you to say that. They want you to say that you have come as an analyst, analyze the place and go. That's why I disagreed with Ageyo. Ageyo was telling me that do this. I said, no. How can I come to a national TV and then I don't speak about it, and then other people are speaking about it? I refused. I walked out. Yes. From that day, I've not reversed. I've created mine. It is also on YouTube. Theirs was not on YouTube. And I always monitor my YouTube now, how many people go in to see my small clips. My God, it's becoming nice and heavy, sweet. Thank you, Miriam. Another question.
Now let's move on to another matter, and that is the UDA power sharing deal that now seems to have rattled many Kenyans the wrong way. And I'll read from page 6 on the Star newspaper. Deputy President William Ruto has called a meeting with Mount Kenya leaders to explain what he will give them should he win the August 9th election. Some leaders have openly said they are unhappy that the DP has allocated a significant part of the government to leaders from Western Kenya. The leaders are openly threatening to ditch him for lack of a clear political package for them. It was not clear yet where the meeting would be held, but those in the know told the Star it will happen this weekend. The region's leaders want Ruto to sign an agreement with them like the rest of other regions, so they are clear on what they stand to gain. Kirinyaga Governor Anne Waiguru confirmed that a meeting has been planned by the DP to discuss the regional economic developments to be included in Kenya Kwanza manifesto. These are indications that various agreements signed with other parties within the Kenya Kwanza coalition guaranteeing specified benefits to certain regions have jolted the DP's Mount Kenya team. And perhaps, Doc, before you come in, I'd like to hear Gladwell's thoughts on this, and then Doc, you can respond to the same story. Gladwell.
Miriam, yesterday we had a very interesting topic on the Twitter space, and there's a point that was somebody gave, and it made me think hard. Yes, William Samoei Ruto wants to meet up with the Mount Kenya leaders. And Miriam, we have been having the propaganda and the polls that William Samoei Ruto is leading in the Mount Kenya region, and that only Raila needs the 20% for him to win the election. That is, if he gets the 20% from the Mount Kenya. But Miriam, my question is, will the Mount Kenya people vote? I doubt. Reason being, as you've said, the leaders are very angry because of who Ruto chose. Some other people from the Western. Let me tell you, Miriam, and I always say, Kikuyus, we are very selfish with leadership. And as we go by, Miriam, and today being the 13th of May, I'll tell you something. The Kikuyus we have no option at the last days rather than to listen to Uhuru Kenyatta, and they will back up Raila. Alternatively, or the other way around, yes, everybody in Mount Kenya is saying they will vote in for Ruto, but will they turn out to vote? No, because there is no Kikuyu in the ballot paper. There is no Kikuyu standing for president or the deputy president. There won't be one, and they won't. And trust me, the Mount Kenya people can't wake up to vote for somebody who is not a Kikuyu in the presidential. And the presidential candidate, we've seen it for years, and as we know, since the late Jomo Kenyatta, we've seen it's only the late Moi who was not a Kikuyu. The rest are Kikuyus. So you can basically see from that how Kikuyus were selfish with power. So what I'll tell Ruto is, can he stop daydreaming? Yes, can he stop daydreaming? people won't wake up to vote. The reason being there is no Kikuyu who is a president. He has the votes, yes, as per the polls, but that is propaganda. And also somebody else, and you know, when Ruto won't get the 70% or the 60% in Mount Kenya region, then he has lost the election. And something that will happen very early in the morning. And trust you me, Kikuyus and Mount Kenya people won't vote Miriam.
Okay. Now, Doc, I don't know, perhaps two questions for you over this story. Of course, Mount Kenya feels they don't have a defined benefit in the coalition. Should Kenya Kwanza win these elections, is it Ruto to blame or the leaders from Mount Kenya who did not do a good job in bargaining for their people? And maybe half the time they're just thinking about themselves and all they'll benefit. So is it Ruto's fault or these leaders from Mount Kenya? And second, is Mount Kenya right in feeling jilted and as though they've been given a raw deal in this Kenya Kwanza coalition? Should Ruto be the president?
Yes, something very nice, Miriam, has just come for you. Just ask me again.
Okay.
Please.
Yes. So of course we are seeing a bit of some jitteriness over there, and the Mount Kenya leadership are feeling as though, you know, a few members in the coalition are getting a better deal. So is this? Should we blame Ruto on this, or should we blame the leaders from Mount Kenya who did not do a good job in bargaining on behalf of their people and their side? And also, is Mount Kenya right in feeling as though they are getting a raw deal from Kenya Kwanza coalition?
First of all, I feel sorry for them because they were told of the signs, and the Miriam Kiragu has rightly just said that we are very proud and conservative people. Is it Kiragu? What did you say?
We are very selfish.
Yes, thank you.
She owns that.
Yes, that's the word she said. We are very selfish people.
And
we don't listen to advice. We don't listen to advice of other people.
No, she said particularly Mount Kenya people are selfish when it comes to power. That's
To
what
power, yes. They saw the power slipping away from their hands. They continue to go in it. They should have rejected this guy long time ago. This guy was not a friend. This guy had shown them the signs of burning them in a church before. You don't repeat two mistakes. This Waiguru who can't walk. Waiguru, what is Waiguru taking there? His beauty or beauty of theft. This Waiguru has confused the whole country over nothing. She's nothing. When you see her dance on the floor, she's nothing. I've seen her dance in this restaurant of Gideon Moi. She doesn't impress me. She's the one who came confused everybody. Waiguru and Moses Kuria. Me, I would never, whether they come back. Him, never. Flight. And I have no big. That's what I've decided in my heart. I'll wait for the next flight. There are people in the world you should run away from. This is a man who almost got me killed because I was working with ICC to
Okay.
Why should you be bitter to them?
Doc, we're having a serious problem with the network.
Mine?
No, I think it's on our side. Go ahead, though. It's better now.
Mine is very stable, maybe. Waiguru has a problem. She's the one. She came to Raila. She danced around, danced, went everywhere, reggae, then she disappeared. Now she has found a very terrible deal there. She said, we have a meeting, Mount Kenya, we want to know what we have. What did you have? Already these guys have signed, endorsed a document. Wememaliza! And by the way, it is not in Njuki. Do you know that it is Mudavadi going to be the running mate? Did you know that? Did you know that? Miriam, did you know that? It is not anybody from Mount Kenya. I've just received. That's what I was reading here, right from inside Uda person inside the bedroom of Ruto in Karen house. I've just received. Don't ask me how I receive it. You never come to my phone. How can you get it? They have just sent me from there. And Mr. Ruto thinks we don't have people in his bedroom and the other rooms. There are people. It is not Mr. Professor Kindiki. It is Mudavadi, that Bishop of Vihiga, who is the running mate. That's the one they have been hiding around. And that's why Ruto is running there to cool the temperature, because it is already done deal. They have only 2 days between tomorrow and the Sunday. Monday, they have to deliver the name. And he waited until that time. Now they are these guys, Wakina Kabogo and Moses Kuria. They are saying it too late. It's too late. What they are saying now is too late. The train left the station. It's 87 days. The man has already got what he wanted.
But has he really? Because the people from Mount Kenya might decide, like Gladwell has said, of course, perhaps we'll see a lot of voter apathy, but others could change their mind because we've not casted our votes yet. So maybe might not augur well for him as far as the voter turnout is concerned and how much he'll get from that region. So he has to be very, very careful.
Yes, Miriam, you are correct. I was coming to tell you. Yesterday we had a very good discussion, and I agree, Gladwell. Next time, in fact, when you have time, Miriam, just pop in. It's not a big one. You listen a bit and go home. It's very interesting. Now, if the voter turnout, and I want to repeat this, the voter turnout does not reach 60+%, Ruto has lost, he will go to Sungoi. I don't think, as Gladwell is saying, people will come to vote. People are fed up. They have discovered Ruto was refusing them more money for devolution. They have discovered that. How are you going to convince them tomorrow? You have already chosen your running mate, who is Mudavadi. And you are going to tell them what? That now for you, you bring me the votes, I'll give you the whole 70% government. Is Ruto going to give the mounted 50% of the government?
No.
And they remains with, and they remains,
It remains with 20, not possible. And so there's according to the Star has established
50% of the government to Mount Kenya, and they remain with 20, impossible. You have answered it.
So the leaders of Mount Kenya have been meeting, apparently according to the Star, and they've held meetings, 2-night meetings in Nairobi to craft their own irreducible minimums. And that is, Doc, when I asked you the question, is it Ruto's fault, or is it the fault of these leaders from Mount Kenya who did not think to bargain to get a better deal for their people? It is
the fault of the leaders themselves who did not get a better deal.
They failed to bargain.
They failed. They went to a man who is a cheat, a thief, a fraudulent man, a cunning, conniving, a schemer. he has skimmed them out and gradual can do for you.
Okay. The internet, the connection.
We are stupid because the reason why people with some will.
Go ahead, Glado.
You know it very well, and that's why some people are saying, I would rather vote for Ruto to punish to grow up and not to do the stupidness in us. Because how can you punish Uhuru? Even when he goes home, he'll just go to his place, enjoy his property. Are we being left to the he rejected the BBI, and I'm telling you, if Ruto wins this election, the Mount Kenya people, we are done. The development we have, the infrastructure, we will all live to say Uhuru was better off. Whatever tunasema amalize aende, we'll be wishing him to be back. So what I'm saying to the Mount Kenya leaders, I think it's high time you also need to reason as leaders. You are leaders we are all looking upon, and can we stop this stupidity of saying that we are voting Ruto to punish Uhuru? Personally, I can't vote Ruto.
And Doc, there's something you brought in because it's one of the topics that we had lined up today, that is the running mate headache, and you've revealed that in Kenya Kwanza, there are high possibilities that perhaps they could be settling for Musalia Mudavadi. So if that is the case, and we already see what Musalia Mudavadi stands to benefit, even if he's not given the DP's position, him and Wetangula and the Western region, they had a good bargain for their people there. I think on this one they were smart. But should now they be added the position of the deputy presidency in Kenya Kwanza? So what does Mount Kenya stand to benefit exactly, and looking at how perhaps loyal some of these leaders from there have been and have walked through this journey with the deputy president from the start of the formation of the UDA party?
Miriam, I've told you, there are people who started the UDA party. Mudhama is on the way out. The latest information that has just come in is that Kalonzo has collected 2,000 signatures from each county ready to go. I told you, Kalonzo, that if he's not given the running mate slot, Miriam?
I see that we do have that story on one of the papers today.
No, now this is Maanzo who has just announced.
Okay.
He has just sent it here now.
Has he? Yeah, because we do have the story, and Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka has a card up his sleeve in the event. He misses the running mate position in the Azimio la Umoja One Kenya coalition. Yeah. Okay, so now the allies of the Wiper leader are confident that they will have laid elaborate plans to have him run for president in the August 9th elections. Towards this end, they have already collected 2,000 signatures from 24 counties to allow him vie for the presidency in line with the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission's guidelines. So we do have that story on today's paper, on the Standard newspaper, and I wanted us to finish that and then you get, but it's good you've brought it because we are still looking at the running mate headache. So Kalonzo has plan B. You're not going to get him off guard this time. He's saying, if you don't nipanga properly, I will panga myself to your detriment.
Miriam, for me, I have not reserved my liking for Kalonzo, despite the fact that Kalonzo has a problem of being flippy, this. But you see the analysis of his credentials is very good. He has very good chemistry with Raila, and he's not very violent. He beat people in some. You saw what they have analyzed, how the panel voted. He's a good mobilizer for votes. So it is up to Raila himself to sit down. As we talk right now, the mountain And Gladwell has just given you a sample that some people will come, some will not come. So if I were Raila, I should now think seriously. With the help of President Uhuru Kenyatta, we sit down, let them sit down now and think of what they can do to avert a runoff.
And President Kenyatta, according to a story we were reading 2 days ago, he's the one who called Kalonzo and urged him to appear before the panel, and also Gideon Moise. I don't think President Kenyatta would have called him and urged him to appear before the panel if that was just what he's supposed to do.
Let them just give Martha Karua, let them give Martha Karua the powers to lock people in the committee as a prime.
As a who?
In charge of the whole government running. In 100 days, Amolo Odinga, Raila Amolo Odinga will hold a referendum on BBI. Give Martha Karua the prime ministership to run to local people, to committee. Let her run the government. Let Raila pick Kalonzo waende wakue kwa serikali. Kalonzo atasaidia Raila kukimbia the world. Fly with Matanga. A pick bag to fly. We fly. We look for investors. Wairo mzee ana control nyumba kubwa hiyo ya juu. Sindio? Huyu Kalonzo anafunga waizi. No, Martha Karua afunge waizi. Lock in. Kofro namba mbali, 3, 4, pop. Let the committee be full. Miriam.
And very interesting details, Doc. Sources in the Wiper leaders circle noted that he is under pressure to run for the presidency, and the reason why they're pushing him to run for the presidency is to deny Azimio presidential candidate flag bearer Raila Odinga the crucial Lukambani voting bloc like in 2007. So they just want to get back to Raila over there. I thought he came to support Raila Roho Safi, as he said. If that is the motive, then I don't know if this story is true.
I looked at that Trojan horse. There's a Trojan horse in Azimio.
A Trojan.
Trojan, yes. Trojan horse, yes. We have a problem there, but all the same, you know why he's saying...
The intentions here are not pure from this story.
Yes, but he has a bulk of voters, 2.5.
That is true.
Yes.
So they have
and
to
then
deny.
2.5. Those 2.5 are not mourning. But the 80 million we are looking at are mourning now. Are you with me? We haven't seen the backlash yet when Mudavadi is named, whether the Speaker of National Assembly will get any vote in Embu. Senior, he came there not to be just even he has not been given anything. He can't be the Speaker of National Assembly again. You know that. They have already given the Speakership of National Assembly to Moses Wetangula. So what is he going to be? A Minister of Women and Constitutional Affairs, or Women, Gender, Parity and Youth. I'm told a very funny story I'll tell you offline. Miriam, the Minister of Women, that have broken my hand in the bathroom in the whole office. Where is the bathroom in the office? This world is not my home. Jim Reeves said so. This world is not my home. I'm just passing through. The angels beckon me. Oh, no, William. The open door. Let's go open door. Thank you very much, viewers. Thank you very much. This is Punchline Africa. tell it as it is, unfiltered show. And in case Miriam is not telling you, it is unfiltered show. That's why I used it to unfilter someone who has not paid my money. Thank you. Unfiltered show continues. Any more questions?
I don't know if Gladwell has anything to say to that before we move on to...
It's not there. Gladwell, these things have hurt her so much. Yes, we are only two of us left, Miriam. We are two of us, Mama. Let's go ahead and finish. We have another 14 minutes.
All right. So the IEBC and election preparedness, that is our next... no, before we come to that, there's a video that has been making rounds on social media, something that Deputy President said, have been saying in numerous occasions, and it appears that he seems to have changed tune. So let's just listen in to that video, we make our comments, and then we move on to other matters.
Thank you.
Niliwaambia hawa viongozi wenzangu, hatuwezi kuendelea kuongea mambo ya viongozi kila wakati. Kiongozi fulani atapata nini? Kiongozi fulani atapata nini? Kiongozi fulani atapata cheo gani? Kiongozi fulani atakuwa na mamlaka gani? Haiwezekani kuwa Kenya ni ya viongozi peke yao. Walikuwa wanafikiria ni mchezo. Wakati niliwaeleza serikali ya 2022 itaundwa na mahasla. Hawa mama mboga hawa, watu ya bodaboda hawa, wale wa kuuza kiosk, wale watu wa chini ndio wataunda serikali ya 2022.
In Kenya Kwanza, it is very clear what share of government we are getting.
Which
it is
is
very clear how many cabinet positions we are getting, how many ambassador positions we are getting, how many permanent secretaries we are getting. It is very clear.
How many?
Wale mimi nashindana na wao, wanalitendawili na wengine. Wanasema wao wanataka wabadilishe katiba kwanza. Waongeze mamlaka ya rais, waongeze vyeo ya viongozi, sijui prime minister, sijui gani, sijui assistant, sijui nini. Mimi nimewaambia mambo ya mamlaka na vyeo na katiba ingoje. Tubadilishe kwanza uchumi, tupange ajira ya hawa vijana na tupange biashara ya hawa kina mama.
Very well, very well. So that is a clip of Deputy President William Ruto speaking in previous political campaigns, but that is something he has said over and over, that you know, the other side, Azimio side, is just concerned about expanding the executive, you know, creating spaces, leadership spaces for a few individuals, and Kenya Kwanza was concerned about first lifting the lives of Mama Mboga and Boda Boda people and all that. But it appears, you know, and that's why they fought the BBI so much, because they believed that it was just meant to create positions for a few individuals to benefit. But that seems to be what they're doing themselves right now. Even as the DP plans to meet the people of Mount Kenya, they will be discussing positions. When that deal with ANC and Ford Kenya, it was all about positions and what those people will benefit. And so how is this different from what was proposed in the BBI? And is the DP, I won't even ask if it's double speaking here, but that you know, seems to be quite apparent. But why did they fight the BBI so much, Doc? Maybe that is a good question.
The BBI was fought because had it gone through, it would have actually put this country to a better election, and which Ruto would miss out. Because if the law of BBI came, no corrupt person would be on the ballot. You remember Dr. Matiang'i has told us that 40% of Kenyans are going to vote a corrupt individual. 40% of the candidates are corrupt and the criminals and wash. That's the language he used. So if we have wash men going to wash our documents, BBI wanted to clean debt, and Ruto never wanted it to happen. Ruto, now it's very clear that Ruto is talking about double speak. One word he says, he doesn't want to govern slots positions. In the other one, he's giving out slots. The meeting that is calling is to give slots, government slots, what the government will get. I don't know whether they will give 50%, 40% to Mount Kenya, we don't know. So less than that, it looks like it is a game that he played, and he hated the BBI, he demonized the BBI, but now he has used it as a cunning man, he's a cunning fellow. And that's what he has done, and the BBI will be his benchmarking for lessons of governance in case he wins an election, which is going to be a long, hard task. Thank you. Kiragu is back.
Yeah, Gladwell, go ahead.
Miriam, the reason as to why, things are, as Doc said, whatever is hidden will one day come to light. And people are wise. I think now the turnout of events, a wise person and the way of Kenya we are, I think we should be learning. The reason as to why the UDA camp, the team, also Ruto was against the BBI, it's because he knew that when BBI passes, more so on the Mount Kenya people, they will be empowered, and that is what he doesn't want. And as you can see, Doc, actually, I'm not surprised hearing that Mudavadi will be the running mate. I'm not surprised, actually. If you asked me, I had guessed he will be the one. And that's how you can see that the Mount Kenya leaders are not happy, because he went for somebody else other than the Mount Kenya people. So I think that is one, among the other many reasons which are there, that was the main one, him wanting to do away with the BBI. And we can remember he much hated and he was so much against it. But one thing I would say, with the way Ruto says, and when he was talking yesterday to the cabinet, yes, to be honest, our economy is very pathetic, it is very terrible. But at the same time, who contributed to it? It is him. When he got into second term, he started campaigning immediately. He actually did away with some of his responsibilities, and he focused on campaigning for himself to be the president, something that he should not have done, because his term was not yet over as a deputy president. And as a deputy president, he's supposed to be assisting the president of Kenya. And that's why we can see the president the other day, he was so bitter, and he asked him, where are you? Where are you? Because when the economy is the way the economy is terrific the way it is, the deputy president should be working alongside the president. They find solutions at how they will make the economy to be fair off to everybody. But what is he doing? He's actually out here opposing the same government that is blaming that the economy is bad. He's the one who's coming out here and saying that Uhuru has failed, going against the government that is also feeding him. So I think some of these things in the next government they should not be doing. Again, I think we also need to change our constitution.
Okay. All right. I think that's what BBI was seeking to do. So which part of the constitution, Gladwell, was it captured in the BBI, or which part?
No, actually not necessarily about the BBI, but initially there's so much we need to change in that constitution. There's so much.
No, the BBI captured Kiragu. The BBI captured on corruption.
Yes, it did, Doc. Yes, it did. What I'm trying to say is that about the constitution, we need to change basically almost everything in the constitution.
Oh, you are saying the entire constitution needs to be overhauled?
Yes.
Okay, that's it. That's the truth. And I think I agree with you. The whole constitution, look at the gender parity. Article 38, what does it say about universal suffrage? And then you come into another article to say you need women 2/3. The Electoral Commission uses it as 2/3. We need every party must oblige to do to gender parity. Which law? Which now, 2 laws saying the same thing differently in the same constitution. Have you seen that? Have you seen where we are caught in Catch 23 when you talk about it, the women want to swallow you? Miriam almost swallowed me yesterday.
No, I don't think on those lines, Doc. Please don't.
I was about to run away from it, but today I've again mentioned it.
No. I'm very level-headed when I'm discussing matters.
Articles.
I don't look at it as a woman. I look at it for the reality we have on the ground. And I said, that is something that we need to get out of our constitution, because as we tease the reality in Kenya right now, that is
I agree with you.
That can be a reality to us right now. As much as it is wonderful, but it is not reflecting the reality in terms of even how we vote. So that is my stand.
Article 38, Miriam, hammers you, gets the stand out, because you cannot force people for 2/3 gender rule. You see, there's universal suffrage. In case people in Uendo, Ahendo, is it Ahendo? Is it Ahero or Ahendo? One of those places in Nyanza or Kisumu decide to vote on the men. Even the women decide to, you cannot do anything. So we have a problem here, Miriam, that articles within the constitution, I agree with you, I'm not opposing, within the constitution, keep on killing each other, eating each other at the expense.
They're not harmonious.
Exactly. There's no harmonious relationship.
Yes.
Each one moves on its own, knocks each other there. That the president, the deputy president is the personal assistant of the president.
I think that is clear. That is
then it's supposed, then it goes to say the jobs are supposed to be given by the president.
That is very clear.
And then the man says he's not a person, he has power to stay.
That is what the man says, but what does the Constitution say? The Constitution is very clear on that. Forget what the man says. Or chooses to do.
Then it goes further. If you want to remove him, you have to use the same qualifications as the one of the president. Then why does it allow him to stand for the election of 2022 when he was doing the job of the president? When he can be removed on the presidential, applications. Because if you are to remove deputy president, you must follow. Is he sick? Is he insane? Is he mad? Like him is mad. So you could go in the, you bring a doctor to weigh his mother, doctor to say he's mad, you remove him. Because he said he now import guns. He has told us that he will allow everybody to buy a gun. Hello? Is he not mad? He's mad. Now you have allowed a madman to go to power. We are going to be finished. Some of us visitors in Kenya, we shall run away in our holes to kimbia tuende nyumbani, because he's a madman, has been allowed to hold power in Kenya. We are going to be dead. He's mad. In fact, I don't know why they are not asking for his health certificate, because this guy looks like he takes a lot of tablets in the morning. You see, tablets can create trouble for you.
I take tablets in the morning and evening.
No, heavy one. You don't take 40.
I take
medium.
I take heavy ones. You don't know. For my acidity. It's a lot.
Ma'am, Miriam, with due respect, please. For acidity.
It's a lot of tablets. So I don't know what you're saying.
How many?
I'm not mad.
I know you are just pulling my leg to have an argument.
Let's leave the health. Let's leave the health.
Medium, you are pulling my leg. But the point I'm trying to score here, we might be dealing with a madman.
Because it takes tablets. And
Yes.
I had to check myself because I also take tablets and I'm not mad. Anyway, I'm joking. But I'm trying to understand what you're saying, Doc. Okay.
My sister, you see, if you are taking tablets for a life-threatening disease,
Okay. We're having some downtime.
don't pull my leg. I have a problem here. This DP might be taking over 40 tablets. So these tablets are a reaction. What he talks during the day is a reaction. Can we get his health certificate?
Can we put allegedly somewhere there? Yeah.
Let me write on my wall.
Okay. Doc, our connection is really misbehaving. So, but I'd like for us to, yeah.
I think we have even passed the time expiry.
No, but I wanted us to look at, because it was one of the things that I wanted us to look at this afternoon, actually, the elections that are expected to be happening in Somalia on Sunday. And I just saw a tweet from a reporter from Somalia that there has been an attack, and I think today's Friday. On Wednesday, there was also an attack close to where these elections will be taking place, and I know that that is not news, that was expected. But a record of 39 candidates have registered for the race taking place on Sunday, May 15th. More than 300 MPs will be in charge of deciding who will be the next leader of Somalia. Current President Mohamed Abdullahi Mohamed Farmajo is running again after an attempt of extending his 4-year term that ended in 2021. Former Foreign Minister Fazia Yusuf Adam is the only female candidate. So we do have a record of 39. Yesterday, I think we said it was 30, but now it has been confirmed. 39 candidates are running for the Somalia elections.
Yes.
On Sunday.
My candidate is Sharif Ahmed Sharif. That's all the comment I can make. And I wish him good luck. Lead Somalia to a proper way and a proper direction. Thank you.
Okay, and I think we just leave that conversation for Sunday, God willing, and
Yes.
meet you.
My candidate, if Farmajo wins, Somalia will remain under terrorists forever. Because Farmajo himself is a terrorist. He knows where they are. He goes to Asmara and meets Isaiah Sefaki and they discuss. This is an unfiltered show. Tuambiane ukweli. So for me, these tablets 40, we have to investigate. I'm not talking about people who take 5 tablets for acid. No. Tablets have got after effects. Kiragu, what do you say?
Doc, I'm still laughing. Don't ask me why, but
You can't laugh at someone's medication. I take a lot of tablets in the morning. I take vitamin.
no, I'm not laughing at somebody's condition. No, I'm just laughing the way Doc is making it sarcastic. I mean, it's not sarcastic.
No, the 40 tablets. Medium, you read. There is a word they call after that thing.
40 tablets. When did you count these tablets, Daktari? For what?
I went to the hospital in India.
Okay.
Where he went to change blood.
So that doctor might be sued because he's not supposed to be giving personal information like that.
No, he could be changing
that
blood.
again, that goes again.
Don't you see? No, don't you see his body the hair was falling.
I really. But men have their hairs fall from a certain age.
No.
The hair recedes.
You always sit near me, and I'm coming there. I want you to touch my hair.
No, I will not. But we have one here whose hair, is not there, but he's fine.
Who?
I will not say your name.
Miriam.
It's a natural process for men.
My dear sister, Miriam. There is hair which is natural. There is hair that is sick hair.
How do you tell the difference?
The difference is the sick hair can be seen. I am not a saloonist, but Gladwell is a saloonist to some extent.
Gladwell is a journalist. Why are we taking her?
Yeah, but she has ever investigated this type of hair. Gladwell, why can't you tell the truth?
Anyway.
Yeah.
No, honestly, there is hair that falls. Sick hair falls off the head. My hair does not fall off. My hair is very nice. In fact, when I go to the salon, to the barber, Miriam, I want to tell you today, you don't want to praise me, let me praise myself. You know, when I go to the salon, the barbers say, hey, you have very sweet hair.
Do you go to the salon or do you go to the barber shop? Where do you go?
The salon. What is it called?
Okay.
Salon is for ladies' dog.
Okay, when I go to the spa, because they do everything there, nail, pedicure, manicure, what they even do. You find men doing this, that they are no, definitely Masanga. Mine can grow up to here. If they can grow like an Eskimo, I will be very happy. Why, Miriam, why look at me like I cannot go and do this. What are these called? Eyelids. You find men with that they are like this, that kata. Maybe definitely Masanga. No.
Those are called eyebrows.
Eyebrows, yes. That's why I'm growing old. You should be there to help me in some of English. You know? Miriam, sincerely speaking, look at your hair. It doesn't fall. That's the type of hair of African women that we want.
No, we were looking at another person's hair, not mine.
Yeah, I'm now coming on yours and the Gladwell. Gladwell has got very good hair. You have got good hair. Me, I don't like women who put on a wig.
I'll say thank you and then we move on.
Let's move on then.
Yes, thank you.
You come to my house with the wig for what?
Okay, I think...
Unawacha kwa nyumba kwa store huko. Kuja kwa wig. Where the wig is not for me. Wig, you don't know who died in the wig. You are wearing a wig, someone died. Hair, they cut from India and you are wearing on your head. Yo tumekosana na watu. There is somebody that I told you to leave, and she had come in a restaurant. Oh, I've come to meet you in a restaurant. I said, you come to this restaurant with that type of hair. I'm sorry, even my food I'll puke. You know, tell the truth. That's why God at times likes some of us. Uambie mtu ukweli, ishe. Umwambie next time, I want hair, real hair, original. Ndio natembea na bibi kwa barabara, watu wanasema ndio huyo. Bana hii mambo ya kutembea na hair from India. You have loaded hair from India. That because you are working on station X. Wapi? Sitaki kukuona. Which bedroom do we share? Or you have your own pillows? Sure. Today you laugh. God told me to say these things. Hair, I don't like. Because you don't know where they manufacture this hair from. They cut from dead people in the mortuary. Do you know that some hair, Miriam, if you sit on a chair where a woman with this type of hair, Kiregu, bring this topic again on Social Africa. We talk about it. A woman has hair as tall as herself. Have you seen of late? A tall lady like all of you here, the hair is from the top up to the legs. It is working like a skirt, a trouser, and everything. The hair that she's going to Mombasa. Na mimi ni haki ya Mungu, ndege na inaanguka. Siwezi kuona. If you are going, we meet there at night. But me kuona wanione na hair hiyo. Or you are going that you have gone for a function. Mtu ako na hair, long hair from the head up to the legs. It's not very good. How do you sleep in the bed with that hair? How, Miriam? I'm lucky that I have been given very good people like you. You always you come with very good hair. Very nice hair, look at it. Stephen knows my behavior. One of the presenters there, I told her to leave because she had very big hair. Buyer said, you go, I'm sorry. That's not discriminatory. I'm not discriminating. Yes. If I was saying you are black or you are short or you are this, that would be bad. But hair is a description. Next. As to Marize. Miriam, you put a stone in the bee. You have no words now. Hair is falling, 40 tablets. Woo! Kiragu is 40 tablets. If you swallow 40 every day, you can shoot people. Then Miriam says, he also swallows tablets. He's just increasing temperature and the pressure on me. You don't swallow tablets 40?
I do.
40 tablets?
Not 40, but even the other people, we don't know if they actually swallow 40, but I do take some medication, yeah, for my throat. And some vitamins.
But they are not more than your throat. They are not. But I told you, your throat is acid. I told you. And you should also at times acknowledge me and thank me publicly. I said it is the acid from down. We people who speak on the on this TV is acid. We have acid in the food we eat. It comes to knock your cord. And when it knocked my cord at the beginning of this year, my voice was not heard December. Have you seen my real voice came back? I thought it was a big disease. Kumbe, it was acid. Now I am roaring like a lion in Mara National Park. Ragu, Gladwell, how do you see? Good afternoon, Africa. All of us are watching. This world is not my home. We are just passing through. The angel beckoned me and I opened the door. Where I be? By the rivers of Babylon, there we sat down. Oh, we wept when you remember Kagera. We used to dance, to sing that, then beat, the Songa Mbele, Songa, by the rivers of Babylon, by the rivers of Sungoi. When we sat down, we remembered Sungoi. Oh.
Okay, I have to go now.
Graduate Kiragu.
Yes.
Can you sing one song?
Actually, I was blessed with many talents, but singing, I think.
Your voice is very good for singing. It is called tenor. Tenor. Is it tenor?
I sing when emotional.
Okay. I have no comment. Miriam, let's close down the show. Until we don't want graduate to become emotional.
No, that is something you don't want to happen. So thank you so much for watching.
Thank you very much, graduate. Don't become emotional. When you're emotional, the Mount Kenya vote is going to become emotional. And go and interview some people in the market. Ask them, what did I tell you? What did I tell you now? You see? Can I, before you go, Miriam, there is only one place where I become emotional. Can I tell you? And this is one song on planet Earth makes me emotional. Until we meet again. Even when they were burying Kibaki, that song triggered me. I cried. I don't know why. Until we meet again. When they are dropping that soil, until we meet again. Can't you sing that one, Kirabu?
No, we don't want emotional people here.
Yeah.
What? You are already emotional or what?
No,
Okay, thank you very much, Miriam. Thank you for holding the fort. Thank you for holding this week. Thank you for being there for Punchline Africa in the studios of Punchline Africa in Nairobi. I am here very far away from Nairobi. I want to wish you a good weekend. I will be in the studio myself on Sunday because you did a show for me on Analysts. Otherwise, can we exchange? You can remain there, or can we do it together on Sunday? What do you think? And then you say there's another man there whose hair falls. I want to find out. Stephen, go and tell me whose hair falls again there. Thank you, all of you. Thank you for standing there for Punchline Africa Television. Thank you. From Monday to Friday. We shall take a break on Saturday. We shall come back on Sunday at 2 p.m. with Africa Showdown. With hair falling or not falling, we are home. We are going to do our job. Thank you very much, Mr. Ruto. Continue taking those tablets, 4 of them, until God calls us. Thank you very much. Oh, thank you. Gradual Kiragu, thank you, Miriam. Thank you, the producers. Thank you, the technical team. Thank you, Jeff Maundu. Thank you. For us, we wake up at 4 every day with you. We are online. Thank you very much, sir. Keep it going. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Pambe. Thank you, all of you. Thank you, Douglas. Thank you, everybody across the crop, back in the offices in Nairobi. God bless you. God bless you. Thank you. This station is for Africa, with Africa by Africa. Ciao.